everybody said, since the game ended, you have to make a video about this game, and you have to analyze it with Dina on stream, and you have to write a poem about it, and I want to see the game, and roar, and so forth. Okay, so I played Dina Belenkaya. She's my boss because she hired me to work at her camp the previous 2 days before we got paired. We've never gotten paired before. Dina's been having good tournaments in April, and this is one of her best tournaments ever. She played the 3 highest rated players in the tournament, and she got 2.5 out of 3. God damn. And she tied for first, getting all the prize money. Okay, so I'm black. I decided to play the Slav because that's the opening I know the most. I've had white and black in the Slav a lot in my career. And she played Queen B3, which is what she plays. And when I was younger and I played the Slav every game, if my opponent played Queen C2, then I traded and played Bishop F5. So, of course, against Queen B3, you can also do that. And that's the theory I know from 20, 30 years ago. I don't play the Slav much anymore, especially since I retired from chess 3 years ago. I don't play anything anymore. So I decided to play something different, played E6. I've never had this position with white or black. Played Bishop F4. Super Grandmasters take on C4 now, including Carlsen. I played Bishop E7, which is very passive. Castles. Knight BD7. I'm playing like, I have a worse position, but I'm solid. She took. Engine doesn't like that. It says I should take with the knight, but I took with the e-pawn. Again, it says it's about equal. Played rook e8. White's slightly better. Queen's gambit decline kind of position. Okay, in this position, I should play knight g6, but I didn't. I played knight e6. And in this position, I played a hyper-aggressive anti-positional move because I really didn't know what to do. Engine says 2 best moves are bishop d6 and g6. G6 has the idea of playing knight g7, bishop f5 usually in these kinds of positions. But I played c5. So I'm going to play c4, winning a piece. So probably stop that. And if she takes, then I'll take with the knight. I'll take the bishop. And I have 2 bishops and an isolated pawn. That's fine. White's better there. But, I'm a grandmaster, so I like 2 bishops. Okay, the engine says bishop b5 is the best move. She played queen c2. Now the engine wants me to take on d4. But after e takes, I didn't see what I was going to do. I saw a lot of improving moves for her. Rook e1, rook c1, knight e5. I didn't see any improving moves for me. So I played c4. Engine doesn't like it. Bishop b4. Try to control the e4 square. Knight e5. Knight c7. Defending my pawn some more and helping to prepare for b5 later. Unblocking my bishop. She played f3. The engine's not thrilled with that. Bishop e6. Rook a d1. I played bishop f8, which the engine doesn't like. She played e4, which the engine doesn't like. I played b5. Now the engine says it's equal. So I'm doing stuff, and I'm getting away with it. And she's doing stuff, but now what's she going to do? So this position's about equal. She played knight g4. The engine says that's terrible, and I should take with the knight. And it says black is almost +1. I took with the bishop so that I would have a lot of attack on her e4 pawn. Now it says it's equal again. Then I played b4, and I'm attacking her knight. And if her knight moves away, her e4 pawn isn't sufficiently defended. She played g5, which the engine hates. Now the engine says black has a big advantage. I thought she would take on g7. She played here. Now the engine says black is +1. Black's up a pawn. Black's pawn structure is a little suspicious, but black has a passed pawn. Okay, so the engine says I'm +1. So far, so good. And I have a lot more time. Dina shows up late to the game to set up all her equipment to stream. And usually she's making move 1 like with a 20-minute deficit. And she's down 20 minutes on the clock here. Okay, king h1. Rook c8 is okay. The engine wants me to play rook b8. I don't want to pin my knight. Engine just says black has a big advantage. Doesn't like a5. She played queen f2, which is clearly the best move, which I didn't see at all. I never thought about my king getting attacked. Which of her pieces is going to attack my king? So she played queen f2 to ostensibly play queen g3 or queen h4. I'm like, you know, you attack with your queen? I got a lot of pieces. But that's clearly the best move. So I didn't like that. Played knight e6. Engine says black is half a pawn better. h4, bishop g7, queen h5. Okay, and in this position, I made a double question mark move, which loses the game. The engine says if I play c3, that black is up between 1.3 and 1.7, depending on which engine you have and how long you let it run. Currently, the chess.com engine says 1.6. So after c3, if two engines were playing, then black would probably win. You know, I want to get my pawn going. I decided my pawn was attacked, so I should play rook cd8 or rook ed8. I couldn't decide which was better, and I decided I'll keep my rook on e8, so I'm fighting for the e file later if the d file gets opened. And the rook's closer to my king on e8 than d8. And that was just idiotic. Because basically, Tactics 101, when she takes my pawn, I have no defense of my c4 pawn because I moved my rook away from it. So when I was younger, I wouldn't do something so stupid, but now I'm old and stupid. So now who knows what I'll do. I played rook cd8. That's the worst move of the game. Now white's winning. She took. As soon as I played rook cd8, I'm like, well, she takes this and takes this. What am I doing? And then I'm just crushed. Okay, so here I tried to muck things up by playing super complicated. Engine says knight g5 is the best move. Knight g5 looks terrible. My knight's trapped. But anyway, it says that white's up 1.4. I played knight takes d4 because that's the most complicated, hoping to confuse the audience. But Dina was not confused. And in this position, I wanted Dina to take on d4. Now the engine says it's equal. Play rook e1. And if you play the obvious move, king g1, then I play queen a7, attacking your rook and it's pinned. And if you play one of the two obvious moves, queen h4 or queen g4 is double question mark. Queen h4 is equal. So I guess queen h4. Then I play rook d1, and this is as far as I analyzed. Turns out this is a draw. I thought black was winning, but white has a crazy way to draw here, which only a computer would find. Bishop e5, defending the rook, and when I take it, she has perpetual check. Anyway, so I was hoping she would take my knight, and I was hoping she wouldn't play bishop takes c4, which I thought was best, and she played bishop takes c4 pretty quickly. Material's even. My bishop on g7 sucks. My kingside pawn structure sucks. My knight on d4 is attacked. She has a passed d pawn. Her queen's better than mine. This is completely losing for black, which I knew. Okay, so I played f5, defending my knight. d6, unleashing the latent potential. Knight c2, I want to play knight e3. Bishop f4. I played my knight e3, and she took it. And then, in this position, she should play bishop f7 check, because if I take the bishop, she has the brilliant move queen g5, attacking my rook, and then d7, d8. Neither one of us saw that. So she played queen g5, which attacks my rook. And I wanted to save my f-pawn, keep my rook on the e-file. So I played rook e5, which the engine says is correct. And she played f4. And in this position, I thought of two moves, and I made the move where I have to resign. If I make the other move, it says she's up 2.7, so I'm guessing she would have won, although I'm not sure, because she has less than 4 minutes on her clock. I should have played h6, attacking her queen. I considered playing h6, but I thought she might play queen g6. All my pawns are weak and pinned. But queen g6 isn't the right move. Anyway, I played rook c5, attacking her bishop, and I completely missed her next move. I would say the last 10 moves of the game, I played too quickly. And if I had thought like 3 or 4 minutes a move for the last 10 moves and didn't blunder, I would have had good winning chances, and she would have had no time on her clock. Instead, my position got worse and worse and worse. And even though she had less than 4 minutes here, she made a move I can't recover from. I can't win on time. I can't win on the board. I can't do nothing. Let's see. We have an illegal move suggested, which is probably correct, but it's illegal. Then we have a legal move suggested, which is really terrible. Boy, I wish I was playing people in the chat. God damn. People in the chat just suggest the worst moves. Why can't I play you guys? Lost in Hollywood got it. And the guy who said Blet, he's correct. Also, Suka Blet. And then somebody said queen d7, so I assume that was a typo. Yeah, queen e7 I didn't see. I didn't see that at all. So when she played it, I was like, God damn. There's nothing you can do here. You can't. I can't play on. It's too embarrassing. If I move my queen, then d7, d8. If I trade queens, then rook d8 check and queen. If I move my queen away from the back rank, like here, then queen f7 and queen g8 mate. If I don't move, she takes my queen. Damn, harsh. I looked at rook c7, and I decided that she could take the rook, and then if I take her queen, she queens, and she's up a rook. Although I guess I could take this with check, which I didn't see. It says bishop takes check, takes here. Oh, bishop takes f7 check first, defends h5. Now if I take with check, I don't have any checks. Actually, if I had seen rook c7, dc7, queen d1, I wouldn't have resigned. Although after this, then I would have resigned. Because that's the end of my counterplay. And I think a lot of moves win here for white. I don't think it matters. Yeah, the engine says rook e1 is +7. Because then, my rook's hanging. Okay, so after queen e7, I resigned. The truth hurts. When you play chess, you lose. The 2.5 years I didn't play chess, I didn't lose.